What happens when celebration turns into confrontation? When years of friendship, fame, and family tension ignite under the glow of birthday candles? On what was supposed to be a night of joy, Malika Hack's glamorous birthday bash, something unexpected unfolded. An explosive fight that left the room silent, cameras frozen, and hearts pounding. Khloé Kardashian, known for her calm demeanor and loyalty, found herself at the center of chaos. But what really happened that night? And how did a birthday celebration spiral into one of the most talked about Kardashian controversies of the year? Music shifts. Soft piano meets sharp strings. The story begins on a cool Los Angeles evening. The private Malibu estate, chosen for Malika's birthday bash, glittered like a dream. Soft golden lights, ocean breeze, and a guest list that read like the who's who of Hollywood's inner circle. Khloé Kardashian arrived fashionably late, her silver gown shimmering under the moonlight. Cameras followed her every move. After all, this wasn't just any party, this was Malika's night. And Khloé, her longtime best friend, was expected to make it unforgettable. But as the night unfolded, whispers began. The tension was almost invisible at first, like the faint crackle before a storm. It started with subtle glances, the kind exchanged between people with too much history and too many unspoken words. Narrator, to understand Khloé Kardashian's explosive fight at Malika's birthday bash, we must first understand the bond and the strain between Khloé and her best friend of over 2 decades. Malika Hack has stood beside Khloé through heartbreak, scandal, and rebirth. From keeping up with the Kardashians to the Kardashians, their friendship has always been a constant in Khloé's turbulent life. But beneath the laughter and loyalty lies something more, the quiet weight of fame, expectation, and emotional exhaustion. As guests filled the room, Kris Jenner chatting by the bar, Corey Gamble laughing with friends, and a hint of drama brewing among the crowd, Khloé appeared radiant, though noticeably tense. Her eyes, always expressive, carried something deeper. Perhaps fatigue. Perhaps something she'd been holding back for far too long. Soft instrumental hum. Laughter fades. Then came the moment that shifted everything. Malika, surrounded by cameras and champagne, gave a heartfelt speech thanking her friends, mentioning love, loyalty, and those who've been real from the start. Her tone was warm, but there was a sharp undertone that made Khloé shift in her seat. Narrator low, deliberate. That's when the air changed. Khloé stood, her expression unreadable. Some guests later described it as a moment of raw emotion. She clinked her glass, smiled tightly, and began to speak. "Malika," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "you know I love you more than anything in this world. But sometimes, love isn't enough when loyalty gets tested." The room froze. Every eye turned to Khloé Kardashian, the woman known for her strength. Now speaking with a voice that cut through the music, like glass, narrator. What followed has since been described by witnesses as the fight heard around Hollywood. Malika, stunned, set her glass down. "Khloé, what are you talking about?" she asked, her tone soft but defensive. Khloé's reply came swiftly, emotional, direct, unfiltered. "You know exactly what I'm talking about. You let people talk about me, about my family, and you didn't say a word." After everything we've been through, the crowd shifted. Phones discreetly went up. Kris Jenner whispered something under her breath. The music lowered. What was supposed to be a celebration had turned into confrontation. Narrator somberly. It wasn't the first time the Kardashians had found drama at a party, but this time, it felt different. This wasn't for the cameras. This was personal. Khloé Kardashian's explosive fight at Malika's birthday bash wasn't born from a single comment or a misunderstanding. It was years in the making, built from loyalty, tested, emotions bottled, and the invisible pressure of living life under the lens of fame. Music deepens, a slow, haunting cello. Guests later said the argument lasted less than 5 minutes, but its impact lingered all night. Malika tried to calm Khloé, reminding her of their bond, their shared struggles, their late-night talks. But Khloé, emotional and frustrated, simply shook her head. "You've been my sister," she said quietly. "But lately, I don't know who's really standing beside me." A heavy silence fell. Even the ocean outside seemed to hush. Moments later, Khloé turned and walked out, leaving behind a room full of stunned faces. flashing lights, and unspoken questions. Narrator, what triggered Khloé's outburst? Was it truly about Malika? Or something deeper, perhaps the emotional toll of years spent defending herself, her relationships, and her family in the public eye? Insiders close to Khloé say that night wasn't just about friendship, it was about accumulated pain. In the weeks leading up to Malika's birthday bash, Khloé had been navigating challenges, co-parenting with Tristan Thompson, managing her businesses and maintaining her image as the strong, resilient Kardashian sister. There was exhaustion, the kind that builds quietly until it erupts. Narrator, with quiet intensity, Khloé Kardashian's explosive fight became a moment of release. Raw, human. It wasn't about gossip. It was about honesty. But while some saw her words as courageous, others criticized her timing. It was Malika's night, one guest later told the press. It should have been about love, not drama. Still, as Khloé left the party, escorted gently by her mother, Kris, and sister Kim Kardashian, her expression wasn't one of anger. It was of heartbreak. She whispered something to Kim as they walked to the car. No one caught the words, but sources close to the family say she told her sister, "I just couldn't hold it in anymore." Music transitions, melancholy piano. In the days that followed, social media exploded. Headlines screamed Khloé Kardashian storms out of Malika's birthday bash after explosive fight and best friends no more. Fans speculated endlessly, dissecting every clip, every blurry photo, every whisper of what was said behind those glittering Malibu doors. Yet, in true Kardashian fashion, the truth came later, and it came through emotion, reflection, and family unity. A week after the event, Khloé posted on Instagram a black and white photo of her and Malika from years ago, laughing uncontrollably. The caption read, "Sisters fight, but sisters also forgive." Narrator, that single post silenced the storm. A lengthy comment, no party, no words, no misunderstanding can ever break what we've built. Always love you. And just like that, the narrative shifted. What began as Khloé Kardashian's explosive fight at Malika's birthday bash became something more, testament to the power of forgiveness, vulnerability, and the unbreakable bond between two women who've grown up together in the glare of Hollywood. But behind the public reconciliation, those who know them best say it marked a turning point, a reset. Khloé, who's often been the emotional glue of the Kardashian family, began setting firmer boundaries, learning that strength doesn't always mean silence, and love doesn't always mean avoiding conflict. Music swells hopeful tone. Narrator, weeks later, Khloé and Malika were spotted together again, laughing arm in arm at another event. The tabloids called it a reunion, but for them, it was simply a return to what mattered. Still, those who were at the Malibu bash say the memory lingers, that electric moment when truth spilled out in front of the world, unpolished and real. Because that's what makes Khloé Kardashian so magnetic. Beneath the glamour and the headlines lies a woman who feels deeply, loves fiercely, and isn't afraid to break down if it means rebuilding something stronger. And as for Malika's birthday bash, it will forever be remembered not just as a night of celebration, but as a night when vulnerability met reality, and friendship proved its resilience under the hardest spotlight. Soft music fades to silence, closing parenthesis narrator, final line. Reflective in the world of the Kardashians, emotions run deep, loyalty runs tested, and every moment, even an explosive fight, becomes part of their legend. But on that Malibu night, beyond the lights and the whispers, it wasn't fame speaking. It was Khloé Kardashian, raw, real, and human.